have a pickup arranged or whatever?
I think we're probably gonna just try and hitch off the highway.
Okay.
Get back to. All right. Eagle Falls trailhead, halfway up the Desolation Wilderness. It's 8:07 on Monday the 3rd of July. And give you the temperature, 66 degrees even. Day number 91, goodness, day number 91. So stayed with John and Kathy last night. A couple trail angels put us up, and we'll be putting us up again hopefully tonight and tomorrow night, something like that. And just took a hitch, not a hitch, I guess, a ride from another trail angel. What was his name again? Do you remember? What was the man's name? Give us a ride. It's a famous AT hiker's name. Warren, right. Good call, Warren. Warren gave us a lift up to the Eagle Falls trailhead. So a little bit of a confusing thing that we're doing today. We're gonna do a southbound slack pack. We got about 4.5 miles up a spur trail to get back to the PCT. We'll get on the PCT in a southbound direction, hike back to the highway, which we hitched off of yesterday afternoon. And basically what we're doing is we're gonna cut the Desolation Wilderness in half. So obviously that means adding 4.5 miles to get there right now, and 4.5 miles to get back to the PCT in a couple days, but I think it's a good plan nonetheless. Eagle Loop, Eagle Lake, I don't know. Yeah, anyways, we'll get hiking, figure out where we're at. Tons of folks out here for the 4th, but it should be great. All right, I'll talk to you later. It is 1:32 p.m., 75.8 degrees. I am immediately next to the amazing Heather Lake. Look at that, man. Look at how crystal clear. You can just see the snow under the water. Look at that. Well, this is probably going to be one of the prettier places I've ever hit record for a weekly health update. Of course it is, as I said earlier, day 91, multiple of 7 every week. I like to give these weekly health updates. Of course, last week I missed it. I was way too excited about being at Kennedy Meadows North, so my apologies for that, but we'll put us back on track now here at day 91, this slack pack through the Desolation Wilderness in a southbound direction. Yeah, generally the health is pretty good. Starting at the bottom of the body, feet, biggest news there in my left foot. When we were in that pretty much full submersion forward with my pack above my head, must have kicked a rock or something with my left foot in the sandals and basically shaved off the bottom of my left foot big toe. Man, look at it out here. So that was bleeding for a while. Obviously that's exactly the sort of injury you don't really want. My big toe was involved in a lot of stuff every day, so took some time and cleaned it off with some filtered water and dressed it, wrapped it, and I've been really keeping a close eye on it. Luckily, so far, no infection or anything. Look at this tree even, man. My goodness. And yeah, so it's a shame for the first couple days there was still a flap of skin that was kind of helping to protect it, but that didn't last. So now it's just open and exposed. Of course, I'm wrapping it up with a band-aid, wrapping up the band-aid with Fluco tape, and that's going well. So hopefully another couple days, another week or so, should be all healed up and recovered. But so far so good. From there, other stuff I've noticed about going on in the feet. Again, no blisters or anything like that. That's all fine. But on the right foot, I've noticed some pretty severe discomfort in the fifth metatarsal bone. So it's the bone that goes out to my pinky toe ultimately, but back in sort of the arch of the foot. It's really uncomfortable. I think I may have mentioned this before, but not a huge problem yet, and I think that it is coming about from stepping upon the tops of snow cups to try and get across them. I'm hoping it's just some skeletal discomfort and nothing more extreme than that. But it's definitely on my radar. It's okay. As I get going, as the day goes on, it seems the pain subsides, so that's good. It's really uncomfortable in the morning and then gets better, and that's not ideal, but not the worst. So moving on from the feet, ankles fine, shins, calves, knees, all that fine. Hips doing okay, still that sort of nagging persistent issue in the left hip, but is what it is. Not a showstopper, unlike these amazing views. But yeah, rest of the body doing okay. Rest of the body doing okay for sure. Hands, I'm still kind of dealing with those splits on my fingers. In Tahoe here, I should have a box for my wife, which will have several items. Among them, a small tube of bag balm, which was recommended to me by a viewer last year on the CDT. Cannot recall who specifically, my apologies. Seemed to help last year, so I'll get some out, and hopefully that'll help this year as well. I expect those splits will also be helped by being in better conditions than I was in the Sierra, so hopefully that's the case. But that also kind of leads me right into gear. So big change out of Tahoe, big change. I'm pulling the trigger, man, and I am in that same box with the bag balm. My wife should be sending out, or should have already sent out, hopefully, my Z-Pack duplex tent. I've given it 1,000 miles with the Durston, and I just don't love it. I'm gonna bite my tongue a little bit, but it's just, it takes too much time, it takes too much energy, it demands far too much from the environment, and it's just unrealistic. It's in my estimation, it is unrealistic for a through hike. Again, a beautiful weekend. It's not a bad tent. I think you could have a great successful time with it if you knew that you had a perfectly manicured ground and a perfect weather window and all that. but it's given me much more frustration than joy. And you know, in any element of life, it's probably better to make switches when things are that way. So I'll have the duplex leaving Tahoe. I'll also just mention that a lot of my snow gear, the stuff that I didn't already ditch, I am going to carry just a little bit further. I think my next stop is going to be in Truckee. Should be like a 2.5-3 day jump, something like that, from Tahoe to Truckee, not very far. And I'm kind of thinking in Truckee I'll start pulling the strings and sending stuff home. Of course, I've already made the switch for my 20-degree bag. So I guess what I'm referencing is I'll keep carrying my crampons, keep carrying my boots, keep carrying my ice axe, and keep carrying my shovel, not because I really need my snow shovel so much anymore, hopefully, but because it'll ship really nicely with my ice axe when I ship my ice axe. So eventually I'll start wearing my trail runners, my Topo Trail Ventures, but frankly, as you can tell, there's still a lot of snow, there's still a lot of water on the trail, so my Gore-Tex boots have been working fantastically, and I'll keep carrying them a little bit longer. One of the final strings I'll pull to transition out of the Sierra is I may very likely wind up at some point getting out my Z-Packs Arc Haul 62, I think, liter pack, which I carried on both the AT and the CDT in the 2 previous years. So not ready to make that decision yet. I'm not in a huge rush. The Osprey Aether 65 still going quite well for me, or excuse me, 85 liter pack still going quite well for me. So I think that's about it for the weekly health update, and I think I've completely lost the trail, so I'm gonna get back to it, see if I can't find my way. Hope you all enjoyed the view around Heather Lake. Folks, good evening. I guess it's 5:53 in the evening, and it is 71.8 degrees. We're just making it back to the highway. I think it's 89. I'm really never sure. I'm sorry. Yesterday we were able to catch a hitch pretty quick out of here, even with there being 4 of us. Today there's going to be 3 of us, and we'll see if we're able to get a hitch pretty quick. Sounds like the team is considering we may run out to one of the outfitters here in town, one of the outdoor gear shops, pick up some bug spray. We definitely have been observing our very first mosquitoes. Yes, we made it all the way through the Sierra without a single mosquito bite. Can you believe it? Anyways, we're gonna swing by one of the outfitters and see if we can't pick up some picaridin for skin application and some permethrin to treat our clothing. Of course, with an eye towards tomorrow, the 4th of July being a 0 for us, we'd like to have that stuff on hand so that we can take care of that chore as well. Good hike today. I should back up even. So, man, John and Kathy, who are putting us up, are 2 of the absolute most kind, amazing, generous, super friendly, super interesting people that I've ever seen on any trail. They fed us an amazing dinner last night. They put us up. They just make us feel so welcome and so I don't know, just looked after and appreciated, and I don't know, they're just amazing people. So I have sent a message out to Kathy, whose number of course I have, and let her know that our plan is probably to go by the outfitter with this hitch, if we're able to get a hitch, just with an eye towards trying to not inconvenience them or put them out or ask for anything more than the amazing generosity they've already shown us. But as she cooked for us last night, I'm not sure whether she's planning on cooking. I never want to presume, so I sent a message seeing if we should just grab food out. That's obviously super easy, and we're obviously super willing to do that. So anyways, team is right there behind me across the street. You might see them. I'm gonna stick my thumb out, see how long it'll take to get a hitch today on the 3rd of July. Tomorrow's gonna be a 0. Very happy 4th of July to everyone out there. And thank you to all those who have served. I didn't get that in on Memorial Day, so apologies for the late appreciation, but definitely appreciate all the servicemen and women who are serving the country out there and have in the past and are right now. So thank you to everyone. We'll see if we can't get this hitch. Probably be my last check-in of the day, so I will talk to you guys at some point.